Hello, everyone. It's Linda Esposito from Be Clear with Bronchiectasis, and today we are talking about huff coughing. I actually like to call it huffing or huff breath because coughing is something that we don't really want to do very often, and furthermore, many of us cough ineffectively. We're not coughing deeply enough, putting enough force behind our cough naturally, not by forcing it, but our body is not able to sufficiently put enough force behind a cough to actually expel mucus. And that is why many of us end up over time with infections. Perhaps we get a cold and we just really don't get the stuff out and clear it as someone with healthy lungs would do. And it really gets back to that discussion of the mucociliary escalator. I've talked about it in other videos, but it's a system that's built into our bodies, and it has to do with the little hairs, the little cilia that are inside our airways, and they're all there sort of like the what do you call the divers that all dive together? They're synchronized divers or swimmers, and they're beating together at a certain rate, and they're moving the mucus because healthy people have mucus as well. They might not realize it because they swallow it or it's aerosolized when they speak, but it's there. So it just kind of, the system moves the mucus up, and then, like I said, they swallow it or it's aerosolized. However, for those of us with bronchiectasis, we have damaged areas in our airways, so those little hairs aren't there to do their job. And so we have to help it along, and we do that with airway clearance. And I've done many videos on airway clearance. I've spoken about the aerobica. I have it here for another video I'm doing. It's still in its little package. But the aerobica, which is what's called an OPEP device, oscillating positive expiratory pressure, and the Airway Clearance nebulizing cup. So this is all part of airway clearance. A compressor helps to turn the liquid that we nebulize into a mist. And I've gotten into many videos on this, and I'm going to do another one because I have my own special little technique I want to share with everyone. But this talk is about huffing because many people get a little anxious about their huffing skills, and they don't know if they're huffing properly. Honestly, there's very little technique involved in huffing. And I've heard the analogy as if you're fogging a mirror or blowing on hot soup. I like the fogging the mirror. I think that makes the most sense to me. And because your mouth is open, and that's what's important. When your mouth is open like that, the little lid that sits on top of your airways to protect it picks up, opens up. And that's what we want. We want to have that little lid open so that the mucus can come out. I believe in my book, The Be Clear Method to Living with Bronchiectasis, I think I made the analogy, I haven't read it in a while, about opening a screen door to let a moth out. In a sense, that's what we're doing with huff coughing. And there isn't a lot of technique if your mouth is open. I would say what's important is not to blow too hard. You know, if you're blowing, exhaling so hard, your eyes are popping out of your head, that's probably not a good idea because your body tries to protect itself, and it can make your airways collapse. So nice and easy, but if you can sustain it, if you have the breath to do it, I think that's really helpful. I also feel it's helpful to use your belly muscles. So when I'm doing a huff cough, I'm really engaging my belly muscles, and to some degree, I'm leaning forward. What I usually do is after my airway clearance, and I often listen to the autogenic drainage app, which I've discussed in another video. But I get up from my bed and then I walk into the bathroom, which is an ensuite bathroom, so just a few steps away. And there, I take a nice inhalation, I hold it, and then I do a huff cough. And it's at the point when I am producing mucus, if I have a cold or an exacerbation, and I am producing mucus, then that's when it's going to come out. And then I often just spit it into the sink. I don't use the little cup system or the tissue system. I spit it right into the sink and wash it away. Now, I have heard and I've seen some videos where these types of gadgets are recommended to help access a huff cough, to help you practice. This did come with a nebulizer. I purchased it just to get this one little piece, but the nebulizer itself was not reusable, the nebulizer cup. So I think I got rid of that, but I just wanted this little piece. And then online, I found this. Now, this is one of those nervous things that kids or adults too play with. But I guess it would, if you were looking to practice your huff cough, I don't know if there's any way of sterilizing it. I don't think so, but you could certainly wash it, and it would be good to practice. But it just maintains your mouth open, which you can just do on yourself as well. A little audio glitch, and I'm back on. If things don't look quite the same, my microphone stopped working. So here I am back on to finish up this video. Just wanting to demonstrate a huff cough so you feel you have an idea of what I'm suggesting. So when I do a huff cough, usually when I'm doing my airway clearance, I'm on my bed listening to the autogenic drainage app. Usually I'm in postural drainage. And then at the very end of the app, I get up and I walk into the bathroom, which is connected to the bedroom, so just a few steps away. And that's where I will take a nice deep breath and then exhale using my belly muscles. And so I'm kind of moving forward a little bit because I'm really engaging my belly muscles. I personally find it very helpful. So it basically looks something like, and I don't have these devices, but if you wanted to try it with one of these devices, of course you could. But again, we're just going to be like fogging the mirror. And that's what I'm doing in the bathroom without the mirror and without those little tubes. So I walk in, I'm still standing, I'm standing up straight, good posture, but as I said, I'm leaning forward as I'm engaging my muscles. So it looks like inhaling and a nice abdominal breath, a nice diaphragmatic breathing, holding it a little bit, and then and really going along with the exhalation. If you notice, a long exhalation is a bit of a theme because it's something we do when we're trying to calm ourselves with a longer exhalation. It's actually something we do when we're using our aerobica. It's a very similar breathing with a longer exhalation. So just staying with that program, going with a longer exhalation because we're trying to move that mucus out. And then if I need to repeat, I repeat. And if something comes up in my mouth, I spit it into the sink. The sink's right there. I'm not using a clear cup as many do, or a tissue. That's my technique for the most part. Right into the sink, wash it away. All right, first I look at it just to see if there's any changes. It's always good to know what's going on with your mucus, but then I just wash it away. Okay, thank you so much. And practice, make it your own, see what works for you, but remember, not too much of an effort with your exhalation because you don't want to collapse those airways. Take care. Bye-bye.